Hey everyone, and welcome back to another forecast. We're going to have a very active next few days, and things have changed. And let's take a look at how exactly they've changed. So, going right or getting right into it here. For today, the forecast has gotten a lot worse with things with the storms being a lot worse today. The tornado risk, the wind and hail risk have all gone up. So I figured I'd get on here and give you a video of that and go through the weekend and let everybody know what's going on. So getting right into it, as you can see for today, things will start to fire up here relatively shortly, depending on where you're at. Wisconsin here, there are a lot of storms going to be brewing and starting to fire off here later in a little while. Um, and will continue through much of the night. You can see large will also go into the southern or go into the Ohio Valley here. Just a second, my model does not want to switch over. Okay, so for today, as you can see, things to fire up here around Wisconsin and Michigan, or Wisconsin and Minnesota in a little while. There is some snow back here in the northeast part of the country, but I really want to focus more on these storms here. Uh, as you can see, it fires up here in Wisconsin and Minnesota, and will push into Wisconsin, and the storm pretty much goes all the way down into um, goes all the way down into Kansas and Nebraska here for today. Going into tomorrow afternoon, um, the risk will change and will stretch from Illinois all the way down into Oklahoma and Texas. I will go over the SPC outlooks here in just a minute. So, if you and everything, I will be going live today, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and maybe even Monday for all of these. So, subscribe for that to get notifications. So you'll be notified when I do go live. Saturday, as you can see, a large corridor stretching from pretty much the northern half of Ohio all the way down into Texas. As we keep going through for that, in Oklahoma and Texas, again, I will be live for that as well. Missouri and Iowa, Illinois, and stretch all the way down in here into parts of Texas and Louisiana for Sunday. Focus on what is going to happen, and I will have another video tomorrow for that, or for the rest of this weekend as well, going over more. As you can see in the current outlook for today, there is now an enhanced risk for Nebraska, Iowa. That includes Omaha, Des Moines, Council Bluffs, Ames, and West Des Moines. If you're in this area, stay weather aware. Have a phone handy again. That is a 3 out of 5 risk for severe weather. The marginal area here, slight risk area here, is for Nebraska, Iowa, Minnesota. Still stay weather aware if you're in that marginal risk there, because anything can happen there as well. As you can see, there is a 5% chance or 5% risk for tornadoes there in Nebraska and Iowa. And that includes Omaha, Council Bluff, Bellevue, Fremont, and Columbus, Nebraska. If you're in that area, definitely stay weather aware. A large egg looking, almost avocado looking 2% risk here for the same area, but also will include parts of Minnesota in that. So stay tuned to the channel, and I will have a live stream here in a little while. I want to also go over the risk for today. A 15% chance there in Nebraska, Iowa for wind. The 5% risk area here also in Nebraska will also include parts of South Dakota and Minnesota here. Hail risk, there's a 30% hatch risk, which means that's a greater risk for large hail. And what I was seeing for today and tomorrow, and as well as Saturday, there is a large risk for damaging tornadoes. I'm not thinking an outbreak, but anything is possible for these. So I will be going live later, so just stay tuned for that. There's also a 5% chance of hail down here near Kansas City. So, but I'm not exactly worried about that. My focus is going to be more up here on this area here. So, and going for tomorrow here, that large slight risk, still a huge corridor here stretching all the way from the upper peninsula of Michigan all the way down into Texas. That'll include big cities like Chicago, Indianapolis, Milwaukee, Oklahoma City, and Tulsa, Oklahoma. So if you live in that area, be very weather aware. Keep all phone and devices handy for that for tomorrow as well. There's also a large, very large French fry looking 2% risk for tornadoes stretching in that whole area there. Again, from the upper peninsula of Michigan um, all the way down into Texas. And I was seeing a lot of surface-based CAPE, which is instability for all of these storms. So there is very much a possible for large tornado or for tornadoes there. I'm not talking no outbreak or anything like that, but still a chance for tornadoes there. My thoughts on that are there will be the focus area will mostly be down here into Texas, and maybe it's stretching as far up as Kansas City, Missouri here, going down into Texas. I don't think that there'll be anything too bad up here in the Ohio Valley and Midwest, but things could change between now and then. The wind risk of 15% will also stretch through all these big cities from the upper peninsula of Michigan down into Texas. Will include Chicago, Indianapolis, Milwaukee, Oklahoma City, and Tulsa. So if you're in any of these areas, Friday, stay weather aware again, and just stay weather aware all weekend. Stay tuned to the channel. I will have more, and also go over to my Facebook, and I post quite frequently on there things that are going on, and if I will be going live sooner than that. So just stay tuned to that for that. Going into Sunday, or actually this is Saturday, a large slight risk from Dallas, Fort Worth area, Arlington, Plano, Texas, Garland, Texas. That's pretty much the area I'm going to be watching here for severe weather for Saturday. there is a large marginal risk stretching all the way from Pittsburgh down into Texas as well. Um, that will include everybody there in that Columbus area, Cincinnati area, if you're in them areas. Um, like I said, tune into my channel. I will be live for all of this. Um, these storms also, I want to tell you, today's threat will be firing up here probably a little bit after lunch. Tomorrow's threat, however, I will have more details, but it looks like it's not going to fire up until later in the afternoon for that. So, but I will be posting any changes that could happen between now and then. I will have a video for that as well. So, what's that for? That's for Saturday. Okay, so going back to the forecast models, and I just kind of want to show you guys what I was talking about when I was talking about all the instability here. So, going through the Cape, as we call, or it's called, or the instability. Um, Starting with today here, as you can see, there is a lot of instability right here, as I was talking about for today's storms. Here in Minnesota, parts of Iowa, stretching all the way down into Nebraska here, and is why they have the National Weather Service has updated their forecast for that. For tomorrow, I'm going to switch over to the GFS model. I apologize for the delays in all of this. Okay, so going through for today, as you can see, a large area here of instability. What that means is the clouds give way, and the sun is able to kill the. It's able to kill the. It's able to kill the instability in the air and allow storms to form. A lot to do with that. That's why when you see, for example, when you see a storm pass, the sun comes out, and then you get another storm. That's what's happening there. The sun coming back out is killing the instability in the cap in the air, allowing these storms to form. So, as you can see here, a large area here for today of instability across a lot of the country, and for tomorrow, the same, pretty much the same thing in the same area here, but this will stretch. This again, keep in mind, is that large French fry looking um, area that I was showing you on the outlooks for tomorrow. A larger area stretching all the way from Michigan all the way down into Oklahoma, Texas here. So a larger area for tomorrow of air to allow these storms to form here. So, and it'll just continue and be the same way Saturday and Sunday here. So we'll have a lot. I will be going live later on today when these storms start to fire up, and I will be keeping an eye on them pretty much all day as well. So just stay tuned. I will be letting you know when I'm going live. It'll be here pretty soon. So